Hi everybody, sorry it took me so long. We couldn't get the thing going.
Too many martinis.
Yeah, there we go. So anyway, we're starting today we're gonna do Sunday sauce. And a little background on Sunday sauce is that's what the Italians, most Italians made on Sunday. And it was when there was a lot of stuff in the sauce. Pork, beef, 2 different types of pork my mom used. So anyway, come on over here. Sunday sauce on Sunday.
Okay.
Come on over here. I hope I'm doing the live video. I'm not even sure where I am. So anyway, come on and look in here because I had to get this started before I film because this takes a little while. Ed, can you look in here?
I'm gonna.
This is I've got my pork, which I have sausage, and I have my beef, and I have another pork which I use pork ribs, and I like it with the bone in because with the bone in you get a lot more flavor from it. So I started with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I use those red pepper flakes in there in the olive oil, and I put a little bit of basil and oregano because just a tiny bit because the oil seems to make the flavor come out of the oregano and the basil. And I do an onion and garlic. So first I brown my meat like really well, and then later on when the meat is nice and brown and I have like a nice roux on the bottom of my pan, then I add my onion and my garlic, and then you want to just get them till they're nice and soft. So come on over. So I have that all going. You can see it's nice and brown. My meat.
Look like dinosaur bones. That's some big stuff.
So then I've got, because I'm making Sunday sauce and you use like, it's a lot of work. It's more than like a marinara sauce. So I make a little extra. So during the week, like Prince Spaghetti night was usually like Wednesday. We would just have spaghetti again. I know Ed's making faces, but that's what we did.
Prince died. Oh, good.
And so, like Wednesday night, my mom would take it out. We would have pasta again on Wednesday. So for me, like for Ed and I, if I make it extra, I've got 2 cans of crushed tomato, and I use these, tutto russo, and 2 cans of tomato sauce. Now, for every can of crushed tomatoes, you're going to use a can of tomato sauce. So I have 2 crushed tomatoes, 2 sauce, and that's going to go in here after my meat is all nice and brown.
And tomato paste.
So there we go.
Did you put tomato paste in this time?
Oh yeah, I put a tablespoon. You don't have to, but I put a tablespoon of tomato paste in when I was browning my meat, just because it makes the sauce a little richer. So there you go. That's all the 2 cans of crushed. And so come on over here, Ed. And then what I'm going to do is now I'm going to get serious with my basil. I'm going to add more basil.
Nothing worse than serious basil.
Very serious basil. And like my little spice cabinet. And then I have my...
Also holds nice bottles of mini liquor. Oregano. Those mini liquor bottles from the airplane fit in there well.
All right, so you're going to add that too. And then a little salt and pepper. Stir this around nice. Okay. And then I let it cook. And because I didn't add any water to my sauce, sometimes my mom used to add a little water to her.
From the can.
From the can, she would swish it around and get everything out of there. They didn't waste anything. But since I'm not using adding water, I'm going to kill him in about 5 minutes. He's going to be dead.
Hey, I'm moving dishes.
I have no cameraman.
No, I'm moving dishes.
But anyway, I will put a lid on that, but with a little space so that it doesn't get too watery. And so that's going to cook for an hour and a half. Okay, so let's let that go. And then come on over here, Edward.
I'm going to give you the tour on the way around the corner.
Come on, Edward.
Don't call me Edward. No.
Isn't that your
That's
name?
what they. That's
That's
what
not
this.
your name?
That's what the sisters called me in Catholic school.
All right, so in here, so when we do Sunday sauce, we do meatballs, okay? So in here I have in here for Ed and I a pound of hamburger and like half a pound of sausage. I have Italian sausage, and when I buy Italian sausage, I use what do you call it? Hot. You could buy sweet, but everything I like hot.
And the basil and oregano, you can use it fresh, but she didn't. She's using the jarred,
Yeah.
pre-made.
I'm not going to the store, and when I go to the store now, it's like I have tire tracks in the aisles because I want to get in and out of there. So I'm not in there shopping for basil and oregano. Fresh. All right, so now, here we go. Get ready.
Go
so
slow.
We have, this is a 1/3 cup of parsley. Now, mind you, when my mother made meatballs, she just threw everything in here. So I had to like figure out measurements. So that's what I'm going to give to you. It's a 1/3 cup of parsley. Again, if you use, my mom used fresh parsley. This is not fresh parsley, whatever. And then I put Parmesan cheese in here in my meatballs. And I'm using a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then salt and pepper, which I'm not going to go grab out of the closet right now. And I have 2 eggs. Don't forget, it's a pound of hamburger, a 1/2 pound of sausage. If you're going to make it for more people, you're going to double this. And you have to be really careful when you're measuring your egg to your meatballs. You don't want them to be like tough. You want nice, soft meatballs. Ed's giving me dirty looks.
Now, they're cage-free, wide open range, no GMO, non-organic, but high protein
You wonder why
chickens.
I drink? That's why I drink.
They're great chickens.
So now I have Italian breadcrumbs, and that's 3/4 cup. And then the key to your good meatballs, sorry, I wiped my nose. The key to your good meatballs is a lot of garlic.
Yeah, baby.
I have 4 cloves. I probably could have used 4, 5, 6 cloves. Garlic is the key. These are 4 cloves.
Keeps away vampires, too.
And you know what? Crush them nice, chop them up nice, however you do it, because there's nothing worse than biting into a chunk of garlic. Okay, so now I'm going to mix it with by hand. Meet the ball. So yes, Sunday was sauce day. You know what the fun thing was on Sunday? And my kids remember this. At 5 o'clock in the, not the kid, they don't remember this, I do. But 5 o'clock in the morning, my mom got up, right? And you're laying in bed and you're asleep, and all of a sudden the aroma of the sauce and her meatballs frying in the pan in the kitchen was, and my dad made hobo coffee, and that coming out of the kitchen, it was heaven. Oh, the days. So anyway, she would fry the meatballs, right? And then she would put them on a paper towel to drain. And by the time she got ready to add them to the sauce, there weren't very many meatballs left because people would stop by from church.
You could smell it at church.
They would go over to the counter. Oh, Katie, you made the meatballs. And they'd be eating meatballs on a fork before they got into the sauce. And she would curse and swear at everybody, but she loved every minute of it.
She's not kidding. You could smell those things on Church Street when they came out the door.
I love sharing stories. I'm sure you all have some good stories of your childhood that you'd like to share. So, all right. Take a meatball. Now, my mother made baseballs. I mean, hers were really, really big.
They weren't small.
So I go like about, doesn't matter, make them the size that you like to make them. So come on over here, Edward.
In the meantime, I'm taking a tour of the backyard, around the rest of the kitchen, out the front window. There's Bardo, for all you know who Bardo is. He's an Italian dog. It's actually Bartolino.
Okay, so you know what, guys? You take oil, put it in your cast iron frying pan, whatever frying pan you have. Let the oil heat up. My mom was big on Wesson oil, so I am. So I always take like a little piece